but we act like we know better all the time. And that's the reason why this is a very important lesson. If God says this is the way you should do it, then be sure about it. That's the way it ought to be done. And your way is not a better way. The way you want to do it is not the best way at all. When God says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath, it won't be better if you let the sun go down on your wrath. Things are not going to get better. You may think they are, but that's because you're arrogant and prideful and you think you know everything. And you haven't learned the lesson that you don't know better than God. You're not wiser than God. When God says flee immorality, flee fornication, don't put yourself willingly in a place of temptation, then it's not wiser to refuse to flee immorality or fornication and to allow yourself to be confronted with all kinds of temptation. That's not better. When God says, he who spares the rod hates his son, do not say, I love my children too much to spank them. You are lying. That's not the reality. You think you do, but you don't. Because God has told us what the truth is. If you will not chasten them and discipline them in the right way, in the right spirit, then you do not love them. And it doesn't matter how much you protest to the contrary. You are wrong. You're not telling the truth. When God says the husband is to love his wife just as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it, it's not wiser for you to think that lesser love will do. When God says a wife is to honor her husband just as the church honors and obeys Jesus, it's not a better way to dishonor him and ignore him and think that's going to be good for him and teach him a lesson. You're doing it wrong. The lesson is you never know better than God.